Hey y'all, it's your girl Missy, and I'm back. How y'all doing on this wet and rainy, beautiful Sunday afternoon? I hope y'all doing good. I'm doing pretty good. I took some time off on yesterday, take care of some business, and of course, in these Hollywood streets, all hell broke loose. How are y'all doing, by the way? Is it raining where y'all are? Because it's been all nasty and wet all weekend long here. Child, I just wanted to chill out today. Got me a nice cool libation. It's a sweet red mm, with some cranberry juice. Got my old trusty bar nuts. Remember when you used to go to the bar back in the day? This is before COVID. And everybody used to eat out of the same dirty bar nuts, bowl of bar nuts. Child, you don't get that no more. I'm trying to adjust this lighting. I was looking blue. I don't know why. But anyway, got me a little snack here and I'm just cooling today. A lot of stuff went on yesterday, so I figured I would gather up all my stuff, take my time, and just kind of sit down and have a little talk with y'all about all the stuff that's been happening out in these scandalous streets. You know what I mean? Have me a little sip and get down to the business. So we're just gonna cool out today. Oh yeah, and I want to thank y'all for stopping by while I was gone yesterday and checking out my page and looking at some of my videos. I really appreciate that. Like I said, this is new to me, but I'm still true to it. You know, I love Hollywood gossip and info. It's just always intrigued me. And I'm just really, really grateful that you guys stopped by and decided to take a look at my stuff. And I hope you're enjoying it. It'll get better as time goes on. I got my trusty little microphone today. So I'm hoping that the sound is coming through. If it wasn't before, I hope it's a little bit more robust. But as you were peeking, I saw that you didn't subscribe. So, come and join the family. It's all love here at Missy Speaks TV. All love. Join the Missy TV family, honey. We all here and loving up on each other together, having a good time, a little kiki. I even got treats for everybody. See what I do? I share. So, by all means, please like, subscribe, share the love, but definitely subscribe so you can get notifications when I go live, when I share new videos. Definitely hit the subscribe button. That's free. Liking a video is free. It doesn't cost a thing. So I truly, truly appreciate the time you took to look at my stuff, and I'm looking forward to making more videos for y'all as well. Okay? All right. Moving on. Let's talk about what we got going on in these Hollywood streets, child. Jay-Z and Jeannie Mai. They back at it again, y'all. I tell you, that why can't people just get divorced and go on about their damn life? Why? I just decided I wanted to have a little chit chat with y'all because I'm tired of having a conversation about these two. They wanted to get together so bad. They were riding around on bicycles and making music videos about each other, about how much they loved each other, how much their love is so much better than all the loves they had before. Jeannie with her dark meat on the side is now the main course, and Jeezy had all these other beautiful black women he dated in the past, but now all of a sudden, this is the one. And I have nothing against interracial relationships. By all means, love who you love. But when you make it a point to try to make it seem like this relationship is so much better because it is of another culture, honey, you ain't fooling nobody. You still the trick hole you always been. We saw you in all them other relationships. We are not fooled. You are not fooling anyone. We see you. Okay? And for some reason, I guess she thought you were going to be different, or that she was going to be able to control you in some bizarre way or change your behavior. Because I'm the kind of person where when you see a trend of behavior, you believe the person. You don't pretend like that trend of behavior is a fluke, especially when you've seen them do the same thing over and over again with 4 or 5 different women. No, you believe them. Believe them. By all means, you believe them. And I guess Jeannie Mai didn't believe that fat meat was greasy either. But she found out. She found out that she got the same man that them other 5 women got. Yes. Yes. Yes, darling. Yes, you did. So, Jeannie Mai. Well, Jeezy is now coming back and he's saying that Jeannie Mai is smearing his name. Because he said no, no, no to baby number 2. Okay? He's claiming that after all of these allegations that came out over the weekend about him whooping up on little Jeannie Mai's butt, and all the bruises and AKs laying around the house, him walking around looking like Tony Montana. He's now saying, oh no, that ain't me, that's not me, I'm not Mr. Snowman no more. No. She lied. Okay. Okay, Mr. G. He is saying, no, no, no. If I was this guy, then why would she want to have another baby with me? Why? Now, this is per TMZ. They made a report on this. It said the rapper filed new legal docs in his divorce case with Jeannie. And he's offering up a firm defense to Jeannie's bombshell claim from last week, in which she alleged that Jeezy was reckless and abusive, and that he'd gotten physical on at least one occasion. But from what I recall, she actually mentioned 2 different occasions. The golf cart incident, which, had her little legs all bruised up and stuff from the photos that she shared. And something about he hit her in the face or on the chin or something like that. So I recall there allegedly being 2 incidents that she mentioned. Don't quote me. So then he dropped some text messages between Jeannie Mai and himself about how she's saying that, she's going to be ovulating, and his job is basically to get her, knocked up. And that was back in April of 2022. And I'm paraphrasing, of course. And she sent him a photo of her ovulation schedule, saying ovulation in 6 days. And in January of 2023, she also sent him another text message essentially pertaining to something similar, basically prompting him and letting him know, hey, let's get sexy time going, because we're trying to pop out another baby. Well, in new paperwork obtained by TMZ, Jeezy once again denies any such notion. He is basically saying that he did not want a second child. He said, indeed, Jeezy claims that Jeannie was desperate for another bundle of joy with him and adding to their family of 3. But he claims when he rebuffed her, she simply couldn't handle it. In fact, he even goes so far as to allege that once he notified her that he'd already drafted up divorce docs in June, threatening to file them if their marriage didn't improve, she then went to IVF specialists to get that process going, in the hopes of conceiving that anyway. So basically, he was saying that she went on to try to conceive without his help. I'm assuming maybe his sperm was already being stored, because I don't know how that would even be possible without his help. Jeezy then responds saying, of course, Jeezy says he wasn't on board with that, even though he claims she pursued the process and might have dropped thousands of dollars in doing so. So, remember when I said that he was talking about how she was actually the one who was the violent one? Well, if you recall, he had done this interview with Sway Universe, and here's what he said about he kind of said it in jest, kind of like jokingly when he was talking about his family. But on Sway Universe, this is what he said in an interview.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I love my family, man.
Yeah.
I love our dynamic. I love the way we rock. I love how people don't understand it because it ain't for them to understand. And you know just as well as I know. Like, my wife from the Bay, so I don't know why people get it misconstrued. She's just like us on the low.
Bro, that's what I've been trying to tell them.
My wife pop off. I have to calm her down. I'm like, yo, you bugging right now. Like, I'm way too classy for this. Saying like, leave the people alone. Like,
you know how you remind us, Jeezy, that everybody's a teacher that enters our life.
Yeah.
So he way too classy for it, huh? Child, really, Mrs. Snowman? Okay. But like I said, I feel like he married her to try to make over his, whole image and background because he was selling books and he thought that she would be a much more marketable option because all the other women that he had babies with, he never wanted to marry those women. He didn't even think about marrying them. But this one who had access to a different market of a different audience, yeah, he's going to marry her and try to redo his image, the Mr. Snowman image, as he went on his campaign to try and sell his books. And then right after he got done his rounds, he files for divorce, conveniently. Now, he's saying that she had a bad attitude, a temper, blah, blah, blah. And he mentioned that in the interview, but he said it as a joke. But he also then, prior to that, in that same moment, says, "Oh, I love my family. I'm so happy. I'm glowing." All the BS. That goes along with making these types of jokes about how her temper and everything was so bad. I'm a firm believer that when somebody's behavior is a certain way, they don't just all of a sudden start behaving that way. Okay? These two have been dating, I think, for almost 2 years, or I think they met during the pandemic, or they started dating. He went on their talk show or something, and then they started dating after that. I don't believe that he just never seen this type of behavior of any kind from her where she showed any kind of aggression or anything. I don't believe it. I believe that people always show you themselves after a certain period of time of spending long periods of time with them. We just choose to ignore it. If it really bothered him that much, then he should have addressed it, or he should have walked away. But apparently he was fine with it because it suited whatever his goal was at the time, which I personally feel was to further his range of audience. I really feel like he was trying to do over his image, because he's very different from the snowman we knew in the music videos. Indeed. Well, he looks very different. I don't think his behavior is different, because he's still in my opinion, and like I said, all this stuff is alleged, but in my opinion, he's still, when you do this kind of stuff, have children, walk away, create broken homes, and even in the Jeannie Mai situation, this is ninja behavior. It's ninja behavior, but and then he talks about how could he be a violent guy if she wanted another baby with him. Well, when you're in this situation, you're not thinking clearly, especially if you're saying you told her you were going to divorce her if the marriage didn't improve, then she's in the mindset of, well, what can I do to fix this? What can I do to try to fix this situation? And for a woman, your maternal instinct sometimes will come on and say, maybe another baby will fix this. Maybe this will bring our family even closer together. So maybe that's what she was thinking. I'm not making excuses for her because, why bring another life into this situation that's already toxic? But when you're in the middle of the eye of the storm, you're not thinking it's toxic. You're thinking, oh, this might actually bring us closer together. But now that she's outside of it, she seems to have gotten a more clear head about herself, and now she's going for the jugular, honey. So it's also been written that he no longer wants primary custody. I guess all of these claims coming out about him, sort of being exposed. Mr. Jeezy's getting exposed. He no longer wants primary custody. Now he wants joint custody. So he wants the judge to write out a formal schedule for the time that he can spend with his baby. I wonder how much time he's spending with the other 3 kids he has. She ain't heard that from me. Just seems to me he's so overly consumed with, the structure and time. I don't ever remember there being any claims in the media about him fighting for time with his kids, with the other babies' moms. And I'm sure he doesn't, spend weeks at a time with those kids. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's true. I've got no proof of that. But I know they're probably sitting over there scratching their heads like, why is he fighting so hard to make sure he's got time with the baby? He probably hadn't seen those other kids in months. But I'm going to mind my business, child. You ain't heard it from me. Okay, Jeezy and Jeannie Mai, y'all figure this out. Because we tired of hearing from y'all and y'all Fugazi's bull crap. Jeezy, you just don't want to pay child support. That's what this is all about. You done got all the use out of Miss Jeannie Mai you gonna get. You got tired of her mom and her brother living in your house, and it got to be a little bit too much, I guess, for you. And now you deciding to be done, but it's just not as easy walking away from it as you thought it was gonna be. So, yeah. Move on, boo. Pay the child support. Pay the child support and be done. I tell you. Anywho. Moving on. We're going to talk about our girl, oh yes, we're going to. This is another young lady who ain't never had like a successful, I won't say a successful relationship. She's never had a boyfriend worth, he is, all of her boyfriends have been buttholes. Keisha Cole. I don't understand why this is a beautiful girl with immeasurable talent. I mean, just so much talent. She is an OG. And she gets hooked up with these dusty buttheads. Well, she got in this Twitter battle with this young girl, lip gloss or glitter gloss, or I don't even know where they get these. Who are these people, child? Glitter gloss lipstick. This girl who, I guess, did a music video with Huncho, with an X. And, well, Keisha got a little jealous and was blowing up the girl's phone, I guess because of the photos that were dropped as a result of the video. Harassing the girl, and I guess harassing the boyfriend, Huncho, because she got jealous about, I guess, the photos from the video, whatever. And he's on a job. I mean, he's still a hoe because Huncho dated this boy who was in her video as well. She dated Huncho, I guess. And so Keisha Cole sent out an Instagram with negative, I guess, basically expressing her displeasure of these photos that were dropped. Atlanta Black Star is reporting. For those that who are catching up, Cole reportedly has been dating 24-year-old rapper Huncho for the past few weeks. And this is just a few weeks relationship. Is this even real? Or is this just a grift? Are we just promoting something? I mean, I don't even know what to believe about this relationship. I'm like, is Keisha really serious? He's a child. And I'm like, if you're going to be a cougar, be a cougar. Don't even care, who he's dealing with when he's not in your presence, girl. Get your Shira 7 on. And when he ain't around, just think about somebody else. Why are you chasing down some 24-year-old trying to worry about what he's doing when he's not around? You know what his purpose is. If you're 42 and you're dating a 24-year-old, you know his purpose. Stop playing. But anyway, the Your Friends rapper was previously tied to Memphis rapper Gloss Up. Oh, that's her name, Gloss Up. Child, I thought it was Glitter Gloss or Child. Anyway. Though according to Cole, she may have been Huncho's sneaky link. Child, maybe. But why do you care? Many have cast doubt on whether the 42-year-old and Huncho's relationship is real, including Lil Scrappy, who suggested they were a publicity stunt. And Lil Scrappy, that's another one with a stupid name. But yes, Lil Scrappy is probably very right. And now Gloss Up appears to not take them seriously as well, after uploading steamy photos of Huncho and her in a kitchen. And I'm assuming this is from their music video. Yeah, they are. The still shots were taken from her new music video for her single Come Here, featuring Huncho, and show the two holding each other, though Huncho has his hands gripping her butt. Now, I don't know if that was necessary, but it was probably part of the video. It's probably choreography, a part of the video. And then there is a something written by Gloss Up saying, "You know what is real. You know what it is in real life," wrote Gloss Up as the caption of her since deleted post. So, and a lot of times when artists do these types of videos and stuff, they'll like put little teasers out there and then snatch them off the internet to build up interest and buzz. And they'll say little stuff like this, especially if they've had a previous relationship with the person who's in the video with them. They'll say stuff like, "Oh, you know what it is, you know what's real, you know what's up," and then they'll pull it off the internet and get people to start talking. So it's just basically something to stir up buzz about her video. It's not real. Okay, the girl got a boyfriend or fiance or whatever he is. Okay, nobody's ever seen him before, but people have been saying that she's got a significant other, and you don't see him on the internet complaining about her being in a music video with her ex-boyfriend because she getting money. He like, go ahead, girl, make that money. Okay, he probably over there saying drizzle, drizzle. Ciao. Okay. Anyway, many thought the caption was snide. See, now people are starting to talk just like she was hoping they would. Because it implies Gloss Up has a romantic relationship with Huncho. Cole apparently thought so too, because she's simple. And took to her Instagram stories to respond. She allegedly deactivated her account after the video dropped, but reactivated it after Gloss Up wrote the catty caption. So this is what, I don't know why she would write this, but this is what Keisha wrote. And I don't know why she would not have. Maybe, I don't know, I almost kind of feel like she was a part of all this, trying to help her boyfriend out, but maybe she wasn't. Maybe she was sincerely upset about these photos. But this is what she wrote. She said, "Yeah, I was big tripping She was shaking her head. I see it now. I have a 12-year-old. Like that type of disrespect of for what I wish people would just write more clearly because these grammatical errors are really annoying to me. She's basically saying nothing is worth this level of disrespect, especially when you don't deserve it. Had so much love, respect, and admiration for you. Guess that wasn't mutual either. Girl, he's 20 some years old. He's basically a 12-year-old child, okay? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? He's a kid. I am not saying that somebody in their 20s isn't capable of love, but it's clear that he doesn't have the maturity level to even be able to manage a relationship with a 40-some-year-old woman. And why she would even have that expectation either is beyond me. That doesn't make any sense. And I think this young lady, Gloss Up, then comes back and she says that my mother taught me to respect my elder. So that was really below the belt because she basically is calling Keisha Cole old. And in a sense, she's not wrong because she's too old to be sitting on the internet fighting with a 20-some-year-old girl about some man that she's not even really dating. She's in this video with this guy to do a music video. It's work. And so there's one more thing here. The young lady, I guess she got kind of tired of the back and forth with Keisha, and Keisha feeling like her little heart was broken, and she then realized that she was being silly, and she's saying, you're right, I got my feelings hurt, I shouldn't have, responded, I really have feelings for him, but I guess it wasn't mutual. That was the kind of Instagram post that she responded with. So Gloss Up then finally responds, finally says, let's wrap this up so y'all can get the real overview and leave me alone. This is not, in all caps, my man. I left him from jump because of how open you all see him. And then at the end she says, I don't wish pain or infliction on anyone. He simply played both sides and I chose to step away from it. And that's it. So basically what she's saying is we're not together, basically. This was a job. And I really feel like this was all just it's giving this is a put on for everybody to draw some buzz about the music video. And I feel like Keisha helped. I don't really believe Keisha is upset. I mean, Keisha's an OG. Why would you get into a Instagram or Twitter battle with a 22-year-old girl? Girl. Oh. And then, of course, this clown. What's his name? This guy that Keisha used to date. He then decides to insert himself into the mess because he's got nothing better to do and nobody's been talking about him. So I guess he felt like, oh, her old boyfriend Antonio Brown. Keisha shuts down ex-Antonio Brown after he tries to win her back amid the drama with 24-year-old boyfriend Honcho and his sneaky link. But then Antonio Brown comes in and says, nobody wants you, Keisha. Nobody wants you. I'm like, well, apparently you did because you inserted yourself into this whole ridiculous argument. So where's the video for Antonio? So it says, TSR, the Shade Room, shows that shares a Instagram video from Antonio. And it says, yeah, I was big tripping. And then he shakes his head. No, this is Keisha Cole responding to the young lady, Gloss Up. She was saying, yeah, I was big tripping. I see it now. I have a 12-year-old. Like that type of disrespect for what? Nothing is worth that level of disrespect, especially when you don't deserve it. And so Antonio does this. I hope you guys can hear this. Hopefully it'll play. He is such a clown. Why is he even involved? Is my internet being janky?
Traditional, you heard? Keisha Cole, like, you know, like, I'm a player, man. We don't want you, Keisha. Stay on my word. You heard? And all you people who just be, you know, with the back and forth, I don't go back, I go forward, man. Don't play with me, play with your kids. Or play with your girlfriend if you sweet or whatever you got, you heard? Everything too traditional, you heard?
Oh my God. And he's old as dirt, sitting on the internet, trying to insert himself in something that has nothing to do with him. Oh my God. So yeah, that was him trying to get in on the buzz, and nobody cares. Go back to your hole, Antonio Brown. Okay. Moving on. Hopefully Keisha Cole is over this. And we won't hear any more about this stupid disagreement that wasn't probably even real. So, who's up next? Who we got? Oh, I wanted to talk a little bit about real. Do I want to start with that first, or do I want to start with I think I'll start with Real Housewives real quick. I just want to, there's been a lot of ruckus going on. We don't know when this is actually if there was rumor that they were going to start recording Real Housewives of Atlanta in May. But because Simon keeps sending legal docs to court requesting all this information from Bravo regarding what information they have regarding what they were going to be recording pertaining to his life. And so basically Bravo's spending all this money in legal fees trying to fight this battle pertaining to him and Portia, and they're not happy about it. So Portia's peach is allegedly in danger, like big time. And so all the folks that they had signed on to be peach holders are now backing out. Kenya, she had opened up her little hair care thing, her little hair care boutique, and then it's like now it's shut back down again, I believe. And now Kenya's in Dubai. She's out in Dubai with the other housewives of Dubai. I don't even know what she's doing out there. I guess she's gonna film with them because she can't film with Atlanta because ain't nothing going on in Atlanta, child. So she's like, let me make some scratch somewhere else, child, because I can't film in Atlanta. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? So, so now Kenya's in Dubai. Phaedra's still filming with Married to Medicine. That they've already started filming, which is kind of interesting because I love Phaedra. I want Phaedra to go back to Housewives of Atlanta. But if y'all catch that tea in that last when they did the last what was it called? The reunion. The Married to Medicine reunion. At the very end, I found it very interesting. Something that Phaedra said when she was sitting there talking, and Apollo was sitting behind her. She brought Apollo to the reunion, the very final episode, and she was saying how she felt the group was so much more authentic and tight-knit, and they were a better friend group, and she felt that her marriage would have had a better chance of surviving if they had been on Married to Medicine rather than Housewives of Atlanta. Girl, when she said that, who said that? When she said that, I was kind of surprised because there was this moment of vulnerability where you could tell she was still kind of heartbroken about the fact that her marriage failed and that, she really had love for this man. And it almost felt like there was a moment of regret about losing that marriage. That's just my take. That's what I got from it. And Apollo was even surprised. He even said, I didn't even know that was an option. Like, I didn't even know us reconciling or fixing our marriage was an option, because Apollo always felt that Phaedra had wanted nothing to do with him anymore. Like, in one of the scenes right before he went off to jail in Real Housewives of Atlanta, when they were in the parking lot in front of their house arguing, he said, "You always leave me. You always leave me." He said that to her. So he always had this, like, and considering his behavior, if someone did leave him, who could blame him? But yeah, he was just really shocked. So it was just this moment where it was like, in my Delulu land mind, it was like, maybe they can fix this thing and go back to Atlanta. But I don't really think Phaedra wants to go back to Atlanta, even though I know she'd be willing to go back if the price was right. She really enjoys being on Married to Medicine. She really does. She loves it. Every time she speaks about Married to Medicine, she talks about the friend group and how real it is and how authentic it is and how they are really friends and how they protect each other and how they're really good to each other. And she says it's just so different. She's always comparing it to Roa. So she really enjoys being on that show. There's an article from the Neighborhood Talk that came out a few months back, actually, where it says Phaedra says there's been some discussion actually about her returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. This was right before she started filming again this season on Married to Medicine. And Phaedra was asked if they were to reboot the Real Housewives of Atlanta, would she want to go back? And would she go? And she said that's the discussion that's on the table right now, actually. So just within the last 8 weeks, they've been talking to Phaedra about coming back, especially with the debacle that's been going on with Portia and, just all the mess that's going on with Simon and him not allowing her to film at his house, just basically stalling the process because Portia was the headliner. So now they're trying to pull in some of, the OGs, because these are fan favorites. Phaedra is a fan favorite. Nene is a fan favorite. Kim Zolciak is a fan favorite. And people are asking for these people to come back, and all these people have drama going on. Portia, not Portia. Phaedra doesn't have drama, but people want to see the dynamic between Phaedra and Apollo now that he's come home from jail. And they want to see the dynamic between Phaedra, Apollo, and his new wife. They want to see it. They want to see the interactions, especially now that Apollo just got caught again cheating on the new wife. I should laugh. But that old simple girl, she deserved it because she knew what she was getting. I don't know why. Why do we do this? But okay, I ain't gonna go down that road again. But he got caught again cheating on a freaking ring cam, child. A ring cam of all things, child. The Noive. And even had a ring cam on in the living room while they was Netflix and chilling. Good God. So yeah, we would love to see that dynamic, and we would love to see what's going to play out, what's going to happen, or what is happening with Apollo and his new wife, and how they're dealing with this whole cheatation, as our beloved Wendy Williams would call it. because I've been hearing rumblings that there's trouble in paradise, obviously. So yeah, we want Phaedra back on. What, little buddy? Oh, y'all want to meet my home girl? Say hi. Say hi to everybody. I brought her home from Sosua, Dominican Republic 10 years ago. My little homie. I know. Her name's Pepper. You love your mama? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. I love you. I love you. Your mommy's good girl. Your mommy gotta work. You're my good Tinker Winker. You just want some love. Okay, I'm almost done, okay? Okay. Kiss. All right. Okay. So, yeah, we want to see that drama. Who else do we want to see drama? Kim Zolciak is going through crazy nonsense with Cletus. What's his name? I don't know. Her husband got a country name. She going through crazy nonsense with him. The divorce, the house, constantly calling the police. We want to see that, you know. Croy, that's it. I called him Cletus. Child, whatever. Yes, we want to see that. So, and we want to see Nene. You know, we want to see. I just want to see Nene Pierce. She gonna keep it popping on the show. She was the glue that kept things together. You know, you can't pluck a star out of the sky and expect everything to continue to shine. You just can't. And I know they keep saying, oh, there's not one person that is the key to the show. You know, we're all stars on the show. True. But there's always going to be a show. There's always going to be a showstopper. There's always going to be that one person, the nucleus of the show. It's just like having a diamond ring with clusters. If you pluck out the middle diamond of that ring and just leave the clusters, that ring is just not going to be as valuable anymore. And what we're seeing is the downfall of Real Housewives of Atlanta, because ever since they took Nene out of the mix, that whole house of cards has been falling down slowly but surely. And, you know, all the key people surrounding Nene started, you know, getting plucked off the show. It just got worse and worse. You know, Phaedra left, Kim left. It just got worse and worse. And there was nothing they could do to save it. And there's not going to be anything they can do to save it until they bring those main characters back, until they get over their issues with Nene and bring her back. I know she can be problematic sometimes. She can be a little hard to deal with. She can be a little high maintenance. But most superstars are. Okay? Most superstars are high maintenance. It is what it is. Okay? That's why they bring in the big bucks. So it's a give and take. You know, you got to accept what comes with it. So basically, in this article with the Neighborhood Talk, she said that there are discussions on the table right now. This is Phaedra talking. Obviously, what has to happen is something to rejuvenate the cast. We saw that with New York. People are loving that new cast with Real Housewives of New York. And we've seen it with Miami as well, going on hiatus and then coming back. I think Atlanta has the chance to rebuild the stellar reputation it had when I was a part of it. This is Phaedra still talking. Because it was the Titanic and it sunk. But then she says, pull them back up. Never say never. There's been some discussion about me returning. We'll see. So let's keep our fingers crossed, y'all. Whether maybe she'll come back as a friend, since she's already started filming with Married to Medicine. The only other capacity I can see Phaedra returning is if she comes back as a friend for now. And then maybe the following season 17, she'll come back full time. So, you know, that's where things stand right now. It's all over the place. Rumor has it that they're on hiatus again. They don't know when they're going to start filming because the House of Cards are just falling apart. Mainly it's because of what's happening with Portia's situation, and that Portia is actually in jeopardy of losing her peach. I feel like the only thing that's going to save Portia's peach is if they bring Phelan on and dust up some drama between Phelan. Phelan has even been quoted in interviews saying that if she saw Portia face to face, that she would actually, quote unquote, well, not quote unquote, I don't know if she said this word exactly, but it had something to do with fighting. She said she'd whip her ass, basically. She's angry with Portia, but she really doesn't have any, she didn't have any right to be angry with Portia because she was cheating on Simon with the pool boy. But again, she's saying that Portia and Simon were messing around like almost a year before camera started rolling during that time that she came on Real Housewives of Atlanta. So that's interesting, considering the accounts we previously heard where Portia states that she started dating Simon after he and Phelan had broke up, whereas Phelan is saying the opposite, that they had been dating long before then, before the cameras ever started rolling, and that she pretended she didn't know who he was when they had that pool scene at Phelan's house on Real Housewives. So that is messy, messy boots, child. And that's why Phelan need to have her ass back on Housewives, okay? Bring Phelan back for shizzle. So, yeah, y'all need to fix that. Bring all them people back, including Phelan. Up next, or what I say, moving on. Last and certainly least, because he is pure trash, Brian McKnight. Child. Brian McKnight. Why don't we just start here? We'll let Brian explain it. Go ahead, Brian. Let the world know why your concert is canceled.
So lastly this week, I want to big up my man right here. See, he gets it. In order to live a life that you love, you have to get rid of the evil and the negativity, even if that evil and negativity is related. We want everyone to live a life that you love. Our hashtag, that's what it means. Hashtag I love our life. But in order to do that, you have to get rid of all that evil and negativity. There's so many angry and upset and negative people out there. We want to use our platform as a place of positivity, a positivity platform. So hopefully, who knows, next week maybe I'll only respond to positive comments.
Really? Really, Brian? So you got to get rid of all the negativity, even if it's related? Wink, wink. That was him winking in his video. Y'all didn't. I mean, I'm sure y'all seen the video. But basically, he was saying that his kids were products of sin. But I'll let him explain it.
We'll see. We'll see you next week. So look, here's another somebody asking about my one and only daughter, Julia, asking about how she feels about a post about her graduation. Well, how do you think she feels? She feels great. See, Julia understands the scriptures. Exodus 20:12, where it says, and I quote, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. See, she honors us, and in turn we honor her because she knows how proud of her we are. And here's something, if you're going to leave snide comments, at least allow us to tag you when we reply. It's so cowardly, but I guess that's to be expected. So how does she feel? She feels great. Thanks. Happy Saturday, everyone. So I'm doing a new thing. It's a weekly reply. And this is a really good question here. So we recorded Never Felt This way back in 1989. And we didn't have all the fancy stuff we have now, Pro Tools and computers. We recorded right to tape. But to have the kind of control that we needed, I would have loved to have played and sung the song at the same time. But I played the piano first. I sang the vocal second, just so we could have the control that we needed. So if I put reverb on the vocal, it wouldn't also go on the piano and things like that. So that is the answer to the question. See you next time.
So basically, in the beginning of his comments, he's saying that basically, Go back to this part.
Lastly, this week, I want to big up my man right here. See, he gets it. In order to live a life that you love, you have to get rid of the evil and the negativity, even if that evil and negativity is related.
And there was a question that was posed to him. The question was, the ones that keep saying, "What about his other children? Some families are pure evil," and that was the question that was posed to Brian McKnight in his question. In the question, the question was, the ones that keep saying, "What about his other children?" And then the guy continues in his question, "Some families are pure evil." And then Brian responds this way. He says, "This guy gets it."
So lastly, this week, I want to big up my man right here. See, he gets it. In order to live a life that you love, you have to get rid of the evil and the negativity, even if that evil and negativity is related. We want everyone to live a life that you love. Our hashtag, that's what it.
So he said, even if that evil is related, which he's talking about his family, his children. So this guy is pure trash. I mean, the irony of all of this is he speaks, first of all, people were under the impression that Brian McKnight's, not that it matters, but they were under the impression that Brian McKnight's children were from an outside relationship, right? Not outside relationship. They were from a relationship where he wasn't married. But actually, it was from a marriage of 10 years. He was married, and two of his children were from his spouse, I think from college. And they had been married for 10 years, and I think they had 2 sons. One is a junior, as a matter of fact. And then, long-suffering wife, even tolerated an outside baby that he created and brought into that marriage as well. So most of all of Brian McKnight's children are from a previous marriage. So when he's speaking of evil, is he talking about himself? He can't possibly be talking about his families, because these children were birthed from a previous wife, and the other child he had was from an outside relationship that he had. So you must be the evil one, my friend. You must be the evil one. And then you have the nerve to call your black children evil, and then expect to go to a concert and perform, and expect black women, because we're the only one that's paying for these tickets, or we're going with our man to have him pay for it, which means the only reason he going is because he taking us. Otherwise, he wouldn't be going. So basically, all of your income is coming from black women. And you got the nerve to be talking about the birthers of black children. Talking trash. And then expect us to continue to supplement your income? Huh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to kindly invite you to an episode of Fuck Around and Find Out. And this is why. He had a concert coming up. I think this concert was coming up in May in Detroit. That event has now been canceled. Unfortunately, the event organizer had to cancel your event. This is a notice that went out as a result of just, oh Lord, and they were eating him up in the Twitter X comment section, child. So it says, unfortunately, the event organizer had to cancel your event. You don't need to do anything. We'll issue a refund to the original method of payment used at the time of purchase as soon as funds are received from the event organizer. It should appear on your account within 14 to 21 days. Please note, If the tickets were transferred to you, the refund will go to the fan who originally purchased the tickets from Ticketmaster. To the fan? You mean the former fan, Ticketmaster? Please see our purchase policy for more information. Oh, Brian, you forgot who you work for. You see, let me give you a short lesson, self-employed folks. Nobody's really self-employed. That's the lesson. I don't care if you file a 1099. Nobody is really self-employed. We all work for somebody. I'm sorry, but your money comes from someplace. And in order for that money to come from someplace, they have to like you. So for you to talk trash about your black sons and then have the nerve to have a new baby by your Asian wife and name that baby Junior as if you don't have a black son, as to try and erase him. Huh! And by the way, his son, I think currently is struggling with cancer. That was the icing on top of that turd cake, okay? This man is unbelievable. But that's okay, because we reminded him of who he worked for. That Rolls Royce he was driving around when he made that video talking about, you know, the families are evil and you got to get rid of them. Yeah, you might want to turn that in, buddy. You're going to need it to cover that concert that you won't be getting paid at. You work for us, Brian. We are your employer. And you can't talk crap about your employer and expect coinage to continue to come in. That's not how it works. Okay? That is all. Because that's all the time you deserve. Now I am going to reclaim my time. And bravo to you, my ladies. My black sisters especially. Because we have been very powerful in reminding people of who controls the commerce in these spaces, because they forget. They really do forget. These celebrities sometimes, and not just celebrities, just all areas of commerce, sometimes they forget that they work for us. We might be poor, but we're the reason they're rich. And Kevin forgot. But that's okay, Kevin. We have no problems with reminding you who you work for. Okay? No problems at all. All right. I want to thank y'all so much for spending this time with me during Chit Chat. I had a good time. I appreciate y'all stopping by on yesterday, hanging out with me or hanging out with my channel and reviewing my videos. I felt loved. I would feel even more loved if you subscribe though. Thank you so much, y'all. Love y'all so much. I will see you soon. Like, subscribe, share. I will make short form videos. Usually they run between 15-20 minutes. This was a longer video because I just wanted to do chit chat with y'all about things that happened on yesterday, and there was so much that happened. I knew I wasn't going to be able to do a short form, so I decided to do a chit chat hour. I love you guys. See you soon, and talk with you later. Bye.